Bam, bam, bam. He or she said, cancel this damn show. They hate it. What? Hold on. Wait a minute.
Make black hair great again.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Now, woo.
We're coming. Get our check.
Cheryl Morrow, the one, the only, the hair oracle.
It was Red Dot, and then we also had a cosmetology school instructor in the chat, Miss Denise West, Michelle Allen, Miss Foster. Dang, I missed your name. It's always nice to see Miss Foster in the chat. Michelle Allen, you know how much we love you too.
What? About a whole lot of peace. Cheryl, you order that in a bag of chips. Let me do your hair. What's happening, blacks? How you good people doing out there? Y'all know who it is, right? It's me, your homegirl, Ladosha Wright, a.k.a. Key Lolo. 166 episodes. Man, Cheryl. That's right. The hair oracle. That's who that be right on over there. Y'all know who it is. The hair oracle. Cheryl Morrow. Girl, we got 166 episodes in and counting.
That's crazy.
I feel like Biz Markie. Good to see people. I mean, that was I'm sorry, not Biz Markie. That was Easy E. Yeah, it was good to see people up on it. No, that wasn't Easy E. I'm sorry. That was Ice Cube. I'm messing up. I went to see KRS-One, by the way.
How was it?
Oh my God. Black cop. I was all up front. Hey, Weekend, you should have saw me. Me and Chrissy, we had our BDP t-shirts. So you know what? When we come in on Thursday, I'm gonna show y'all some of our footage and everything. You can check it out over on TikTok. Yeah, I was trying to coordinate today because we're talking about, lunar haircut. So I got a black, t-shirt on and everything, trying to look all like the moon phases and everything, because that's what we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about lunar cycles are changing when we cut hair, because we are officially 25 years in the natural hair movement. And so this makes
in the game.
Yes, this is 7 months of this 1 year celebration. And so we're talking about this. If you are new to the Afro Hair Science platform, welcome. We are officially firing on all cylinders. Cheryl had to help me get it together. So Facebook, holla. LinkedIn, what up, Lo? YouTube, the YouTube family. What's up, our Canadian babe just popped in on us, our virtual co-host. Replay LB is in the chat. And then what's up, Instagram? They finally got it together. What's up, eFierce88 over on Instagram? It's so nice to see y'all. We're gonna have a wonderful, robust discussion about lunar haircuts and this whole natural hair movement and cutting hair, don't cut hair. And we did good did you see all the comments that we had on split ends last week? By the way, if you are new, this channel is definitely growing. We are America's favorite podcast about Afro hair. We have over 400,000 views and counting. Our membership, it just jumped. We just got like 20 people followed us in the past couple of weeks. So welcome. And I'm going to give a couple of them a shout out. Oh, y'all can't see their names, can y'all? Okay. I thought it was going to let me kind of let you guys see the whole thing. But anywho, I'll just say who they are. We got Trans Fab Life. She's in the chat. Okay. She just also got a little subscription. V2B 2010. Holla. And then D-Dub36. We appreciate you guys so very much. Trans Fab Life is looking kind of trans fabulous. All right. Perfect name for her. Must be living the fabulous life. V, that's my favorite color, is purple. I like the avatar for D-Dub. We appreciate all of you guys' support. This is a wonderful podcast, Cheryl. So some people might be wondering, why are we so committed? So to those people who are new, Cheryl, why are you committed to doing this podcast for our peoples out here and these social media streets? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, first of all, this is an industry that has served our communities and just giving this country so much flavor. We've contributed much. We've grown businesses. This is the coup de grace, the epitome of industry. How we do get together, how we do cooperate, how we do cooperative economics. It's just no other industry better to be able to highlight.
Yeah.
We can band together and make a difference, build jobs, opportunities to patent, invent. There's all kinds of stuff.
So what does it mean to you? Because we got clearly. What's up, Rosemary Latham? How are you? She said,
Hey,
"Hey,
Rosemary,
Cheryl, what's going on?"
Yeah.
Like, hey, Cheryl, how you doing, Cheryl? What's up, Miss Rosemary? Thank you guys
Absolutely.
for joining us. Sure, in case you guys just kind of scrolled on in. Again, welcome Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. We're always excited to have you guys with us. And Cheryl was just breaking down, why she's so committed to the Afro Hair Science YouTube channel. So let's just keep it going a little bit more. Sure, we get this audience letting them come through. They're getting their Kool-Aid, their little popcorn and stuff ready to talk about Lunar haircut. So expound a little bit more on why you feel this platform is important to consumers, because this one is the dumbest shit that people say about Black hair, and it sounds kind of condescending, but really, guys, we're not trying to be that way. We're just really sick and tired of just the dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just some dumb shit out here. So, Cheryl, take it away.
This industry, is, for some reason, is where everyone poo-poos. Everyone wants to make it up. Everyone wants to get a piece of it, and everyone wants to come in. And once again, I think that with all of the delineation and the disrespect of Black American, Afro-American culture, this is the industry that most of them start with trying to get their hustle on. It's always hair care and products, and starts with the most gross, incorrect myths, and they feel that for some reason they can enter into this industry and backdoor it and somehow build this whole empire. It is an empire building industry, right? And it is does have low requirements and low entry level. Okay, but we want to stop that. We want to make sure there's science here, there is a method here, there's a history here, there's a culture here. And there is a way to do it. And if you're not careful, and if you disrespect it, and you think that you can just, do anything, say anything,
we coming for you.
This is a podcast that is not going to let you do that.
Yeah. And it's not the people that we're after, by the way. It's really the information. And the information inside the world of hair beyond color is just phenomenal. Number one, it's sad that it's been reduced to color, because hair is like, I ain't got nothing to do with y'all down there doing. I'm just genetically expressing my situation up in here. But it is what it is, and so what we're doing is really taking the opportunity to really debunk, some dumb shit. And so we're open, for some discourse. All of your comments are welcome in the chat. We have, like I said, when I go through, Cheryl and I, we look at the comments. They're just phenomenal. People are just having a bunch of aha moments. Our de facto producer, Miss Esther, we really, really appreciate her support. She's always in the chat, giving her perspective, which we welcome. Our goal is not to, try to make people be like Kara's one, think like I think, and do what I do. That's not the goal. It's just because everybody has their own, take on it. But if it's wrong, it's wrong. And that's just no other way to say it. And so to the three young ladies, and maybe even a gentleman, because we don't know if V2B 2010 as a male or female, which doesn't really matter. But to our subscribers who took the time out to really who hit that thumbs up button, Trends Fab Life, V2B 2010, and DD Dub 36. I'm not quite sure if they have YouTube channels. I had not been able to check it out, but just in case they do, hey guys, they're supporting us. So why not let's support them, and make sure you guys go over and check their YouTube channels out, because like Cheryl said, you know, it's truly, truly a community. And tonight, our topic about lunar cycles are changing when we cut hair. This came through in the natural hair movement like no other. I actually took a course with Anthony Morocco, who was promoting lunar haircuts before. This was like, well, I guess the natural hair movement had got started, but I really wasn't aware that that's what that was going on. So I took a little course in that, and I thought it was just, it was nice to help people on the schedule, but it's worth having a little bit of discussion about. So we're going to make sure we clear up, is there any science behind it? Because some people have just taken it and went all the way down the road. And so the hair oracle is going to bring us back to the center so that we can understand, you know, what is this lunar haircuts all about. But a couple of house things. Don't forget, on Thursday, we're going to continue the last of our series, summer series in nails. We talked about the business, starting with Macy, followed by Miss Angie. Then we had Tiffany. And now we're going to have a young lady. Her name is Riley ST. That's right. So Riley works with us at the Reverence Design Team Hair Salon. And she's new. And so she's going to talk about, you know, becoming a nail tech. So remember, Thursdays is for the licensed people in our industry or students. And so on that particular day, which is Planet Pluto Pseudo, that's Thursday rather, Riley is just going to break down, you know, what's it like in becoming a nail tech. So she's very passionate. She texts me 1,000 times. I'm so nervous. She's a young lady, and she's just really, really, really excited. And she's doing such a good job. So of course, working inside the Reverence Design Team Hairstyle, this is what we do. You know what I'm saying? What's up? What's up, Yate? I missed your show last night working on some stuff. So you sent me an email about your order. Okay. Of 2 hemp combs. All right. We're going to get that taken care of, Cheryl. She got some 2 hemp combs. Okay, we're gonna take care of that. All right,
no doubt.
That to you. All right, thanks for bringing that to our attention. Live, work, clean in Canada. Maybe she got it through the Afro Hair Science, so I will check that. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. So we got that. So Riley's coming up also. Speaking of excellence, raising the bar. I will have some pictures when we get here on Thursday from the Fête du Jour on Sunday, which it was phenomenal. The owner of the barber school, his name is Antoine Slaughter. Congratulations, Antoine. Let me give him a shout out to Mr. Antoine Slaughter. He is the owner of Journey Barber School here in Maple Heights, Ohio. Yeah, boy. And I don't want to take away all of the shine. I gotta have the picture so you guys can see it. But he is the youngest barber school owner in the state of Ohio.
Wow.
Yes, the youngest barber school owner. And he gave 2 of his students, you know, we gave them awards from the Barber and Beauty Collective by way of Tuba, and that's via Mr. Waverly Willis. And when I tell you, the young guy, he had tears in his eyes. Oh my God, I just thought I was going to lose it. He had never been recognized. So make sure you guys join us on Thursday. We're going to talk about this industry fête du jour a little bit more, because it's really blossoming into something very fascinating. We're going to, next month, we're going to be at Frequency Hair Studio. This one is going to be their grand opening. And they're going to have a special guest, a local R&B artist. His name is Davey, and he is phenomenal as well. So this one is going to be really special. So this is what we do here. When we talk about the dumbest shit is I mean, I know a lot of people know we get along, but there are some people who feel like there's a divide in the industry. And so we just want to show you guys there is so much love in our industry that we have for each other. How they say it, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. So make sure you be on the lookout for some images coming up with the Fête du jour, because this is really growing. We had a wonderful meeting, didn't we, Cheryl? And it's just really a good thing we're doing, guys, for the industry. Seriously, not even trying to toot our own horn, but it's actually overdue. We probably should have been did it, but what better time than now? Ain't that right, WeK? Sandra, what better time than now to do it?
Absolutely.
So that's what we got going on here. Also, World Afro Day is happening again in Cleveland. It's going down. This is a community event, and these are our sponsor, Kings and Queens of Art. We got Rev Air, we got RDT Hair Salon, Reclaim Our Wealth, the Golden Ciphers, and SCAC is also in the house. And so this is going to be a combination of the Latino and African American. Everybody's going to be at the World Afro Day.
We're going to be all down with it.
We're trying to get like 150 people to show up and really just teach our people, everybody who has this beautiful textured hair, different ways they can take care of it via the right products, right tools, right techniques. By the way, there's no vendors. We are not vending anything. As a matter of fact, we're going to do a BYOB call. Bring your own product. We're going to tell you what
y'all got going on at home.
Yeah, and then we can donate that stuff you ain't using to people who can actually need it, so y'all can stop wasting y'all money. And that Cheryl always promotes us to, lessen our carbon footprint, on planet Earth. As Cheryl talked about that. Scroll through some of our catalogs of videos here, and you'll hear us talk about sustainability. So one way is to really stop buying all those plastic bottles and all that crappy products. We don't need all that junk, right? A couple of products is good for the average head of hair, but some people got like 5-6 products. That's too much products, right, Cheryl?
And it's just waste of money. Yeah.
It's a waste. Oh yeah, I forgot. Y'all know I'm a Scorpion. I'm cheap as hell. All right. What's up, Monchina? We got ATL is in the chat. What's up? What's happening? All right. We see you, LB. You got some bologna. What kind of bologna did you get? Drop that in the chat for us, okay? All right. Let's hop into this topic of lunar haircuts. How many people in the chat, by the way, is familiar with lunar haircuts? Just put yes, no in the chat so we can kind of know who we talking to. Are you familiar with lunar haircuts? So let me know so I can make sure we talking to the right people. What's the right information? We're gonna get y'all together, make sure you understand. And like I said, this is very, very, I got some cool videos to talk about this too. Okay. So
there's actually videos on lunar haircuts.
It's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. What's up, Sister Nia Kobe? It's so nice to see you, and it's so nice. Heard about it, never done it. Yeah, okay, all right. You heard about it from the hair shaman. Yeah, they got some hair shamans out here. They got all kind of hair. They got hair gurus and hair poo-poos and hair doo-doos and hair doc. We got a Dr. Spritz in our. This industry is so, what's that word? Ostentatious, Everybody just, people, some stylists who have some style names, do you know any stylists that got like, what's it? Zohan, we had Stefano, people have really nice. Some people make some really the scissors wizards, all types of cool names. And I'm just Ladosha. I'm not all that fabulous. Sure, you can't think of any. I know we grew up. We had big bad Willie D. We had some
bad Willie D, Little Willie.
Oh yeah, Little Willie. We had some cool names in the industry. So yeah, so the hair shaman. And it's all in good fun. You got to sell yourself. You got to brand yourself. People have all types of branding. Ways to brand themselves to, get the job done. You got the razor chick, So check these people out. And if you don't know them now, Little Willie and them are no longer in the game. Some of them have also went on to become ancestors, but still take the time and learn about the history of some people who contributed and did some wonderful, wonderful things in our industry. So let's hop into it. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to play a clip but from the hair shaman himself. I don't know if he does any classes anymore, but he used to do them online. Okay. And so I don't want to say I was one of his first, but this was like in 2000 2000, okay, where I learned about lunar cut. So now there are several people who are doing this. So I'm not claiming that he is the only one, but there are several. Okay. So here we go. We're going to have lunar cuts, and then we're going to talk about is there any science behind it? You know what I'm saying? And exactly where they're trying to do. So this is Cheryl's lane. All right. And she's going to help us out. So we can be clear. Is there any science behind lunar haircuts? Because that's what people ask me all the time. And sometimes I get kind of tripped up because science is not necessarily my lane, but Cheryl is going to help us out. So here we go, guys. The first clip of lunar haircuts. So here's the hair shaman, Anthony Morocco, breaking down his version of lunar haircuts. Here we go, guys.
Lunar cycle hair cutting. And since I teach Qigong, it's all based on the 5 elements. We have fire, air, earth, water, ether. So during every month, there's 5 dates that are really powerful. So you can look at the lunar calendar and decide which of those 5 you like. Let's say that you want to just lengthen your hair. So every month, you just cut it on that particular lengthen date. But let's say that you want to lengthen, you want to thicken, and you also want to strengthen. Or say you don't need any of that. Say you just want to beautify your hair. You will shape it during the beautifying date. And you really want to blunt cut the ends.
Basically, I'll just bring it down teeny little bits, maybe like 1/8 of an inch or so, all the way around my head.
They've been doing this for tens of thousands of years. It's an exact science. When you blunt snip the ends of your hair during one of the lunar cycles, it's like getting between 12 to 18 acupuncture treatments. So it's that powerful.
All right. So there you have it. Now, again, there are some people have their own interpretations of lunar haircut. So clearly he is inspired by, is it Qigong? Not, that's XY Qigong?
It's almost like Tai Chi. It's just it's the Chinese art of energy.
Oh, now, okay, a little bit. I'm not familiar with the Chinese art of energy. Anybody familiar with this? Please let us know. I'm not familiar with. I'm gonna look that up, sure, because I don't want to mess with it. I'm not gonna mess it up, y'all. Let me get the right spelling on it. I know it's gonna be some XY stuff when she said. So Qigong. So he is inspired by.
Make sure that you, because it's not Chi.
Oh,
it's just pronounced Chi. But it's with
okay. 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 I'm not, since I don't know how to spell it, I'm not finding it. But anywho, okay, go ahead. Okay, so now let's keep it moving. All right. So he is inspired by the Chinese art of moving energy. Okay. So the first thing people want to know off the rip, man, I know, so I gotta go to work. I want to know the answer right quick. Okay. And so some people are familiar with acupuncture. I've heard of acupuncture, but I'm not familiar with acupuncture and how it works or anything of that nature. So let's get into it. So first things first, is there any science behind cutting your hair in phases of the moon? I was going to bring up an image of the moon, but I forgot it. Okay, go ahead. Any science behind
that? No.
Okay.
Not anything that you can systemically connect the celestial bodies to your physical body. Not like, let's say, Qigong. Qigong actually is Qigong, but Qigong is circulatory, the body, the movements. So there is some medical science that increases the blood circulation that is helpful to skin and hair. You have that. But and the acupuncture part that most people are talking about is acupressure, not acupuncture.
Okay.
Acupressure is where you're dealing with the meridians in the scalp. You have touch points. You have touch points at your temples, here, you know, and it's all based on nerve. Let me just say this. I didn't know that this conversation would take this turn, but
Yeah.
because being versed in Tai Chi or Qigong, it's circulatory, strengthening. It is basically the same mechanisms as a yoga.
Right. And I just put an image up here because we understand like lunar haircuts. And now remember, this is his version of it, what his inspiration behind it. He himself did not mention anything scientific, but I do hear people talking about it as a science. But Cheryl just said there's no science.
Well,
But
science in terms of how it has a direct effect systemically on your body.
okay, stand corrected.
And
Okay.
see, and here's the thing for me, and this is why this is probably a good subject, but I don't understand how this industry goes in and out of dead matter, and then now we want to act like it is somehow alive. Or we talk about it as in dead matter, right? But then we make ritual and then we want it to grow from the actual living part, even though it is a cellular, and how you grow is how the death cycle of the cell, of the cell phase is quite peculiar to me, how the industry keeps going in and out of that and then want to kind of
Right.
because to me
I wouldn't say the industry. I would say the consumers, because I don't know that the beauty and barber industry has embraced
probably not as
that
cosmetology.
Right. Yeah, but the consumers are definitely
But there's some practitioners that are adding these things to their skill sets, and they are trying to bridge other disciplines, such as well-being, and then they're trying to add different services. You know what I mean? It's almost like, ear waxing or something. You know what I mean? We do a lot of things that to add and to enhance, then elevate the total experience. And they're going into these types of but then when they do that, now all of a sudden they want scientific credence, and some things are just ritualistic.
I love the way. Let me drop the bomb, because I really like the way you put that. Because I know when let me just where my bomb drop go. Hold on, wait a minute. You see how she did that, Sandra? She came in with a little slight, she just was like boop. She like firecracker, that some people try to take something that's ritualistic and turn it into something, like a science. And so we want you guys to walk away with that statement, right there, because trying to make this scientific, what are the hazards of trying to turn this into something that it's not? Then we got to talk about that, just so the consumers who might be a little duped by people who are saying, like, if I could just pull this image back up, because I used to believe it. I'm talking about myself, okay? I ain't talking about nobody, talking about me. That blood flow makes hair grow. And so when you think of like moving and all this stuff, and this is why I wanted to show the picture, because some people may not be familiar, like me. I'm not familiar with Qigong at all, but you're talking about the movement and the blood flow, and people will say stuff like that this is going to help your hair grow, and there is the quote unquote science. So can you just help kind of decipher that, and let's keep our consumers in the safe zone, that as a ritual, it's okay, but the science that if you do Qigong and it's going to help your hair grow, you say what to that? And cutting your hair under the moon. I'm sorry.
Well, this is one of the things that I can make it make sense. And, let's just put it this way. Circulation, or good circulation, keeps tissue healthy. Okay. And good tissue makes a good scalp. And if your tissue in the scalp is healthy, doesn't jump over the tissue and make the hair better. The hair does not grow itself. The tissue grows it. And so if you're dealing with energy movement and you're dealing with Tai Chi and you're dealing with all of these movements and it's creating this wonderful blood flow and it's creating clean lymphatic system and good for your hormones and you feel good, that is making the body homeostatic. Then that is a cascading effect into making the tissue healthy. Doesn't go over the tissue and then just goes straight to your hair. It's a combination, and that's why they say beauty is skin deep, because it is the tissue, it is your dermis, it is your epidermis, it is all these things being homeostatic, working, and then you produced good fruit, good hair, thick hair, the cycle staying the same, the growth cycle staying thick. That's the best way that you can connect it to science.
Oh, that I think that was absolutely phenomenal. But to say that if you exercise,
the ritual in and of itself goes over all of the body's subsequent mechanisms and how we have healthy skin and hair in the first place, which is a combination of immune system and things of that nature. So, but the ritual could have some medicinal, and I'm talking about emotional, right? And then, of course, you add the acupressure. And all of this is a combination because beauty is homeostatic. It is a combination of a result of all systems working balanced. And that's what we say we see as beauty.
Okay. All right. Now here's another clip because I've heard this too. It's the choice words that people use to describe lunar haircuts like witchcraft. So here is a clip where she's talking about the sorcery or in that nature. And so some people have said this to me. So we could talk about some of the hocus pocus surrounding what is that? The intrigue or the mysticism of the moon. Okay. So we're going to get a little bit more into this moon. So here's her choice words on describing lunar haircut via witchcraft.
Here's a great witchy beauty trick in case you didn't know. If you want your hair to be fuller, cut your hair within 2 to 3 days of a full moon. And if you want your hair to be longer, cut your hair within 2 to 3 days of a new moon. This is something that the pagans have been using for thousands and thousands of years as one of their beauty tricks, and I use it as well, and I know a lot of other people that do.
All right, the pagans and the witchiness, and so now this is some reasons why lunar haircuts can scare some people because of terms like witchcraft and pagans and so on and so forth. Now, lunar haircut crosses all cultures. Okay, this is not just a Black thing. Like I can recall, what's the one? Like use rainwater and there was so much stuff. Oh, we had this thing in our family where you couldn't cut your sideburns because your hair would fall off. There's all types of strange things, but the hocus pocus witchcraftery and pagans and all of this stuff. So let's help people understand just some of the mysticism behind a ritual practice such as lunar haircuts and just the fear that is associated with something like witchcraft and terms like pagan and all that kind of stuff.
Well, do you know what a pagan is?
Is that like a poor person or something like that? Pagan.
That's a peasant.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Let's have fun, guys. How many of us know what a pagan is? Okay, let's get it. All right. Let's see what is a pagan. Okay. All right. Okay. What's going on? All right, we're looking good over on Instagram. How y'all doing? What's up, Joey and Miss Moon Motivates? I see you looking real good over there. All right. Okay, let's see. What do we know about the term pagan? Okay. She said her hair ain't thick.
Who said that?
We can't say her hair ain't thick at all. Yeah, we know it's just long. Well, that's why we're having this discussion again.
Right.
166 episodes in. We're talking about lunar cycles are changing when we cut hair, as we decipher. We question whether is there science or no science, and right now we're just taking y'all through the witchcraft. People kind of think it's like associated and things of that nature. So pagan, nothing, nobody's dropping it on pagan. So Cheryl, okay, here we go. Thank you, Sandra, our virtual co-host. Belief in several gods and traditions. Okay,
who said it?
That's Sandra E. And then Live Work Clay said in the movie, it always the person who got something to do, which I know they blame witchcraft on everything. But that is something that I do hear people. Again, this is just in conversations. And so Wike said she thought it was common people in the olden days that had some certain religious beliefs. Okay. All right.
The pagans are Negroes.
You know what? I'll see y'all later. Okay, y'all have a good day. Bye.
Pagans are black people. Pagans are the people who taught white people Christianity.
Sandra, what us gonna do with this girl? Let me drop the bomb. I ain't not now. Listen, y'all. I cannot make any comments. I can't argue with Cheryl. But if anybody is watching this post live, yay or nay, agree to disagree.
Wait
I'm not familiar with this. Let me drop the bomb right quick because she said pagans are Negroes.
Pagan are people who don't follow white Christianity. They called you, your black ass, they called you a pagan. Because you were, now they love mermaids, even though Africa started talking about women of the sea, because women in the moon was feminine. But they don't want you messing with that, so they'll say it's bad and call it pagan, and then you leave your stuff, and then they turn around and say, ooh, they gone. Okay, and then they take it. And then they make and worship all the things you worship, because they don't want you messing with your stuff. That's what pagan is. To make my point.
I'm with you. Wow, and a kapow. Hey, this is why we have these conversations, because nobody's talking about it like this, and this is what makes Hair Science America's favorite podcast. I'm sorry.
Right. Didn't you hear him say we was doing it tens of thousands of years? No, we was not doing it tens of thousands of years. You mean black people. And then you took it, and then other cultures migrated to their indigenous parts, and then they have their version of paganism. Then India has Kali and Lilith. Then they have their brand, and then all the other inter-center cross, of Africa, center Africa. Then they have theirs, and then when you come to the Nile Valley, which is we call Kemet or Nubia, and we call it Egypt, right? Mm-hmm. Which white people stole, okay? Their only European universal constitutional institutional cities was Carthage, right? Rome, and then Alexandria, Greece. Well, what they learned was paganism. That was black. Anyway, to make my point, and do not just take my word for it. There's something called in August. Now, this is probably a good haircut month. I don't know. But August is what we call the pagan month, actually.
Really?
If I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
It's called the epagamental birthdays. Epag. E-P-A, like E-pagan, like epagamental birthdays. Or epagamental festivity. But you'll get it. Now read about it.
Okay, I'm getting it. I had to do it did pop up. Okay. Wait a minute. Epagmental.
MENAL. Epagamental birthdays. Now, see, I didn't even know that we was gonna get into this.
We have to, because you see how this is where it goes. Okay. Hold on. It's gonna come up. Oh, I spelled it wrong. I'm sorry. Sorry, y'all guys. Keep going, sure. I'm gonna get it.
Okay. And then the epagomental birthdays is where the real nature birthdays, Isis, which is Aset,
Mm-hmm.
Horus, Osiris, about 4 other ones.
Right.
They celebrate their birthdays on the calendar, and those are representation of that system in Qigong. Isis being the sun, and we know the Sekhmet is a fire sign. Most of, but they and it's ironic that those epagomental, EPAGAN. Wait a minute, how you spelling this?
I'm spelling it.
EPAGO. Epago, menal, MENAL.
Okay, there it goes. Okay,
Yeah, you
there
found it?
it is. Yeah,
But
I
they
see.
celebrate these fireistic, deistic kind of birthdays and these festivals in the hottest month, because August is the hottest month.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay.
You found it?
Well, yeah. So this one is saying that sure. This when I clicked it here. Let me just. I'm sorry. When I clicked on it, it came into something else. So I'm just going to go with the dictionary is saying that they added on 5 days or something like that.
Those 5 days represent Isis, and Osiris, Horus. When you those are pagan. That's a pagan calendar. They add the epagomental days. Then anyway, to make a long story short, just that is connected. So when they attach pagan to it, of course, Black people in the United States, they shy away from all of the netter connections to their Christianity or their rituals or their body systems or their medical systems or whatever the case may be. And we take these things away, right? Because and I think that's how the lunar haircuts and how it comes into the cosmetology world more than it comes in any other world. Probably comes into the astrological world, astrology and the zodiac and things of that nature. But it really
Right, and we see it here. To your point, that the epagomenal refers to the days that were added to a calendar year, typically to account for the difference between the solar year and the standard year. And I'm just going to jump down to the bottom to Cheryl's point. These days were considered distinct and sometimes associated with specific myths or deities. So this is what makes this America's favorite podcast about Afro hair. Because where would you learn about this? Where would you even hear? I have never even heard of such a word, epagomenal. And so now we understand a little bit more about the ritualistic practice of cutting hair under the moons. Now, under the moon, I am not saying that Africa started. I don't want to say that, but it appears that this is definitely
we don't have to say the word Africa. We'll just say Nile Valley.
Okay. So this is a practice that definitely is coming out of the Nile, and it kind of trickles over into other societies, of course, as they move and grow. All right, yeah.
It's mythical. It's mythical, but I wanted for the sake of understanding, when they call and they create the name pagan, they're really just talking about black shit. That's all. It's a codified word for saying Black
Mm-mm.
stuff.
They ain't
Sorry.
right, y'all. They just ain't right. They just ain't right. But that's okay because that's what we're here for, is to clear some of that up. Because when you say things like witchcraft, and I'm like, well, I don't know. I would say I know she used terms like witchiness and
Well, let me
paganism,
ask you guys a
but
question.
it's a haircut ritual. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let me ask you guys a question. What's the difference between magic and black magic?
Uh-oh. Now, see, Sandra, why you put that in the chat? Everybody like, come on, y'all. We doing good. Hit that thumbs up button. 166 episodes in. Lunar cycles are changing when we cut hair. And Cheryl is asking the question, what is the difference between magic and black magic? So I want to just say magic is good magic and black magic is the ultimate magic. Like it's the most powerful of all the sorcery that one could yield. Okay. You are Moreland. Get your Moreland on. Okay. So that's my take. Let's see what the live workplace and those of you crazy. Hey, we're keeping this discussion going because this is what happens, when we talk about these things, they get a little bit out of control, but we're just trying to,
I'm just saying because there's actually a definition. What is the what is the difference between black magic and
okay, let's see if anybody on Instagram. Let's see what they said on Instagram. What's up, IG? Y'all there? Where else can you watch this? You can watch this on YouTube. Yes. What's up, Shay Desire? How you doing? If y'all want to, I know. Instagram is kind of hard to watch on, but check us out where we are live on YouTube. Type in Afro Hair Science. Okay. So everybody on Instagram, you guys can't see us too good. Come on and join us over on YouTube. Okay. Okay, we got some good stuff coming through. Sister Nia Colby says illusion and spiritual.
Okay.
Our virtual co-host Sandra says, I think that magic is for the benefit of good and black is to cast evil. Ooh, okay. Evil. Well, I guess more powerful could be considered evil, but okay. All right. So then you got 3 good ones. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I did. Well, the difference is what they call, and I guess basically you guys are right, but it's called intent. Intent. Okay. So we all would agree that there was 3 wise men, right? There was 3 magicians, 3 magi's that came to see the baby Jesus, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, the difference when you were brought to the Western world and brought to South America, through South America, the West Indies, and from the West Indies into, right, North America, right? The black magic is actually a black person using magic. Because my intent is to get myself either free, leave, be in a different place. My intention was to be able to kill my enslaver, which is a good thing, right?
Word.
Right? And so, but here's the thing. What did you get instead? What were you given when they took your black magic away? Because of course, magic.
Religion. We got Jesus.
And right. And what happens when you get Jesus?
You get saved.
You get pure.
Pure. Saved. Hallelujah.
So black magic is for you to use it for your own benefit. It's called intent. So you can't use black magic to be able, when you use magic in terms of intent for yourself to improve your own plight in life, that's black. And you were given white magic. And so that is basically the difference. It's called intent. The reason why this is important because ritual is connected of what makes these particular things good or bad. So when you are talking about hair, one of the most personal things about your spirituality that's connected to your humility and your humanity. What makes you human is hair.
Right.
And so coming to the Western world, that is one of the reasons why most Black people in the Western world does not have hair identified correctly. We don't talk about it correctly. We talk about it in myth. We talk about it in spook. We talk about it
Mysticism, like she was, yeah.
right. And we talk about it and we don't understand it. And it's 2025.
Hmm.
And it is akin to identity, which is shape shifting. We talk about it and that's one of the things that I those are the studies I decided to go into. I mean, because of course my dad had done everything as far as I'm concerned, but I was really fascinated by all of what we're talking about. And I never, and I'm going to admit this, guys, I never heard of lunar haircut prior today.
Okay. All right.
Never did. But
we can see the and Cheryl, we talk about it's, I hate to keep saying, but sure, because there are other people's, but it is true that cultures borrow from other cultures, and so we can see this in lunar hair cutting, and now we're getting a really more in depth, and definitely a more robust conversation and discussion around lunar cuts than some of the very superficial content that we are seeing and hearing when it comes to lunar haircut. So the ritual practice of cutting your hair in sync with phases of the moon really means something. So let's go a little bit further with the moon.
Yes.
Because what I want to know now in my book, let me just do a shameless plug because that what we do right here, y'all. We gotta pump our own shit up sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Which, by the way, is available at RDT Hair Salon. It's also available on ebook and, of course, on Amazon. So my book, What They Don't Tell You at the Hair Salon, I professionally liked the lunar haircuts because it gets people on a ritual on a schedule. And what I noticed very early on in my career was that Black women really struggle with haircuts, right? And so now I'm not saying that when Mr. Morocco taught the class, it was to fulfill that fear, but I wanted to use it to help people feel more comfortable. But what I quickly discovered about the lunar haircut, which I was not aware of, is Black people's fascination with the moon. And so let me just show this clip here, and let's talk about that moon magic, that lunar magic that really entices people, because that is what the lunar haircut is cutting your hair in phases with the moon. So let's hear this young lady talk about the moon, and we'll talk about what is it about the moon that lures people into even branding a lunar haircut. So here we go.
Okay, so now let's get to the good stuff. Here is a look at the lunar hair chart that I use. As you can see, it's all marked up. I actually schedule my haircuts at the top of the year for the year ahead. I know that sounds a little crazy, but it just makes it easier for me, so I can just look ahead at the calendar and know exactly when I'm going to be trimming and what goals I'm going to be working towards. This calendar they release at the top of the year every year, and they give you 5 goals that you can work on with your hair. So there's strengthen, lengthen, thicken, root work, and beautify. But the concept is very simple. They give you optimal days for each hair goal that you should trim your hair, and you choose the dates based on your personal goals. Some goals I worked on a little.
All right, so there you have it. Now, what happens in the hair salon is we will hear people say stuff like, well, the last time you cut my hair, it seemed fuller. The last time it seemed longer. The last time. So we would get some of those types of people would notice different things about their hair when they got it cut. And so again, I am not saying that he said this is a selling point, but for me, it definitely was an upsell to help me get the customers to understand the importance of a haircut as it relates to a hairstyle. Now, we talked about on the last podcast about ends. Please go check it out. You do not ever have to cut your hair. Okay. But if you want to have a hairstyle, then you definitely want to, have it on a regimen. All right. So now we're getting into the fascination with the moon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up an actual hair chart from Mr. Morocco. So again, there are several out here, and they talked about beautification. They talked about length. They talked about strength. So those are some key points that he's using to promote his lunar cut. Again, we're talking about length, how beautiful the hair is, and how strong the hair is. All right. So now let's get into the moon, and I'm gonna, of course, can't help but to talk about its association with the earth and crops and all that good stuff. So here we go, guys. What is it about the moon that fascinates people so to the point that they would brand a haircut after the moon and its cycles?
You're asking me? I thought you was going to
Yeah.
show a video.
Oh,
Sometimes,
no.
sometimes I'm just fascinated about what you're seeing. And
Because this is a fascinating topic, and I think the moon, it's it mesmerized. I love the moon.
You do?
I love the moon. Okay.
Well, let me ask you a question. Okay. Whoever knows their moon sign.
I've never heard of that. Anybody in the chat knows their moon sign? Well, we're learning so much tonight. This is why you should hit that thumbs up button, okay? As a matter of fact, while you are answering the question, who knows their moon sign, I can see Week A, and I can hear Sandra saying, Cheryl, show them how to do this before we answer the question, right? Who knows their moon sign? Here you go, guys. All right. So who knows their moon signs? As we discuss, lunar cycles are changing when we cut our hair, and this already so far this is so powerful. All right. So I don't know anything about moon. I don't even know how you find out what your moon sign is.
You just go try to find. You just get your free birth chart. You got to put your time now. It would help if you know your birth time.
Okay, know your birth time and do a birth chart. Okay,
but you don't need the birth time. You don't know it, but as long as you have
Sandra says her moon sign is Virgo. I'm with you. I don't know when my moon. I don't. Yeah. So we're all new to the moons. Okay. Right. Again, you can buy the books right quick. Shameless plug. I'm sorry, Cheryl. Mm-hmm. Where can we buy the books? Amazon. You can also download it. It's available on your Google Books and your Nooks and your iPhone, your iBooks, okay? And then, of course, if you live in Cleveland or nearby, you can stop at the Revis Design Team Hair Salon and buy it in person, okay? So, again, back to the moon signs. I don't know what my moon sign is, but we are talking about lunar haircuts. Sandra says her moon sign is Virgo, but everybody else, we're all kind of like, duh, okay?
I'm a moon Virgo.
Okay, all right.
I have a moon in Virgo. Anyway.
Right. So what's the fascination?
So I basically have good hair karma. Okay. But let me just say this. A moon is not just the fact that it's the moon. And I know that in African tradition, moon is associated with water. Not just the moon, because moon is a satellite. It is a correspondent. It is Earth's moon. Like everybody, every other planet has moons, right? But it is connected to water. Now, I also understand that they took your pagan black stuff and then turned it Greek, right? And gave it, names like Athena, and all those Greek names, and then they got Roman names,
Aphrodite,
right, right, right.
Okay.
And so we had our Zulu and Yoruba and Dohemi. We had ours. We had our Swahili. We had ours too. But the one that sticks out is Mami Wata or Mawu. And that is that mermaid story. And then, of course, we have the goddess in a Yoruba goddess, Oshun. But these are always shown with water. And water.
So humans have been fascinated with the moon since the beginning of time, no pun intended. Sorry.
Well, in our creation story, and especially in the Great Lakes region of Africa, they have always been fascinated with females in the moon and water. In our creation story, it is the sound of the water waves. White folks, scientific white folks who are not Christians, they say it's the Big Bang. And then in Christianity and Hebrew and all the other ones, they say it was the word. So obviously, it's the water, sound. But anyway, but the moon governs the creation process, and it goes water.
I was waiting on that. Was like a cliffhanger. Was you guys waiting on that? Because Cheryl was building up. Let me give her a round of applause again. That was pretty good. So that's what the moon is. Okay.
Oshun is always on top of water.
Mawu,
Mami Wata is water. And they are a connection to the moon. Now, one of the things, let me say this. Y'all, there's a little racism in there. And y'all got your black women with this long hair shit. And cutting at this particular time and wanting your hair long and all this other craziness, that's European. Just so you know.
Okay. All right. She went. Okay.
And
okay.
Thinking that the hair, because the white woman that you the video you had, she only had about 16 strands of hair. She's still talking about the
volume and
the volume and all this. At the end of the day, that particular afro, that brown, that mane is significant to Oshun and wanting it, but the cutting of it so you can grow more, that is not
that's and again, if you watch our episode last week, we go more into detail that cutting the ends is just basically stopping it, the frame.
It's cosmetic.
Right. But the growth the growth is not it's not down here, guys. It's up in here. Okay. So anywho.
That's just the point I was making, because it is ritualistic to be able to deal with the roots of things, not the last gestation or the result of things.
Now let's go a little bit further with this moon. And now, how many people in the chat have heard things like, well, folks driving crazy out here, it must be a full moon? You ever heard that one? Here's another one. Oh, I'm cramping. It must be a full moon. Here's another one. I'm feeling a little frisky. I want to get with you. Oh, it must be a full moon. So what is it about the moon that not only is it exciting when it comes to making or promoting the practice, or behind the practice rather, of cutting it under a full moon, but why do people say things like people are acting crazy, it must be a full moon. I'm a little frisky, it's a full moon. Oh, I'm cramping, the full moon. Even menstrual cycle, the rhythm method. Remember the rhythm method? How many people remember the rhythm method of counting those days and the 28-day cycle? So the moon is definitely influencing human physiology and behaviorally in some ways. So I know you're not a moon and physiology brain expert. So this is Cheryl's opinion on the moon and how it affects us as humans, our liquid systems, our mental, and all this other good stuff, which I think that contributes to this fascinating with hair cutting under the moon as well. That's my opinion.
Well, here's what science does on something that is unscientific. It tries to bring credence. So you said if you're 75% water and the moon is connected to water and it has the most gravitational influence on the Earth's bodies of water, right? And so you're when the moon is what we call full, the only reason why it's full is because it's not in the sun's shadow. Not the fact that it's got some weird other thing. It is literally astrophysics that you circle and not just half of the circle, or not just the moon totally in its shadow, which is the new moon, right? But you have to make sure that you go in your cultural perspective to be able to grasp something that feels good and that has a ring of truth to it to you. But let me just say this, but because the moon was seen as pagan in place of the sun. Now the sun and Saturn is a patriarchy, right? And then the moon now is what? It is now a symbol, and religion made the moon pagan to Mary Magdalene, the female nature. So now it's taboo. And that's why menstruating is taboo. That's why the howling at the moon. Everything is taboo with the moon because it's
really, this is deep, y'all. Damn, Jana.
Okay, that is, then the moon is mother. It's female. It's feminine. The sun is masculine. It's action. And at night you go into your mother's house into prayer, which means your psyche. And so when you attach all those things and then religion sees them as negative, then that's when we start getting the spook, the witch, the mystic, the mystifying, the dark, the wolf, the werewolves, everything bad comes out at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The freaks come out at night. Oh.
Because that they wanted you to understand that is actually where you have the strongest ability to create. That's why you have the strongest gravitational pull on all of the psychic powers, which means your soft powers, your feminine powers, your imagination, your creation ability, your intuition, right? Happens in the darkness of your mind. Stuff like that is deemed poisonous and hazardous and spooky and haunted. Everything haunted happens at night. It is just, religion has played a really detrimental part on anything feminine. And so feminine and waters. What are waters? You will go into astrology and then go into tarot. Water is what? The chalice, the cup, because it signifies emotions.
So I ain't know all this, y'all. That's why I'm being real quiet, because I'm over sure you getting it in tonight. Again, lunar cycles are changing when we cut. So now we see,
and just think about how how psychologically and emotionally we are attached to our hair, and how we would unconsciously probably just attach hair cutting to the moon.
Mm, right,
It is quite
right, right,
fascinating
right,
to
right.
make
Now,
the correlation.
here's the other thing too, and since we're just getting so robust, you
Mm,
know that the idiot in chief, the chief idiot, or however we want to talk about him, they are penalizing women who terminate pregnancies, correct?
hmm
In certain states, this stuff is banned, right?
hmm
And so, there are those apps that they use the Lunar to, and I used to use it religiously. I did. I loved it, and for my cycle, not when I was younger, obviously, but as an older woman. And what they are saying is that when you use those apps, they can track you. And I believe, I'm gonna see if I can find it, that they're going to be using those apps to kind of, penalize women who are terminating, because they can tell what you are doing as you follow this lunar cycle to track your menstruation. So, to your point of how they are using this to really do horrible things to women who want to have their own choices about their body. And I didn't think the conversation would go this deep, but it's wow. I didn't, I mean, I knew that the moon was, moving around and all of this, but getting full is probably not a
And,
good
and,
word, but I get what you're saying
and of course, it is a movement optical illusion.
though.
It's moving. We're literally all moving, right? And then what we would how we would interpret that into the cosmetology, beauty, hair care world is moving is growing, because your hair is the only, and skin cells is the only thing that grows on your body after
Mm,
you stop growing.
yeah.
It's always moving. Your blood is always moving. Your heart is always beating,
And it's
and your
funny
hair
you say that because in health, they describe a healthy body as one that has good blood flow.
yeah,
Yeah. Wow. That's
yeah.
that. Let me just. That's a sure you just what you said. Sure, dropping the motherfucker plucking off tonight. I wasn't even ready for all this. See, I was
Well,
able
when
to
you,
be all superficial, but let
when
me
you
drop the
think
bomb
all
on that right quick. Cause
right,
hold on, Joe. Let this bomb marinate on you right quick. It just gotta drop that bomb right quick. So let it. I mean, really, this moon in our perception. So now we can see the ritualistic practice of using the moon and the science. Like you said, it's you're probably stretching it a little bit there, but now we
I mean,
understand.
it's I mean, you can attach it to, like you said. I mean, if you are attaching healthy skin and scalp and tissue to blood flow, and then you want to go into the esoterics and and attach blood to the how they talk about the Nile.
Hmm.
You don't necessarily have to be scientific in technical and practical terms to talk about it scientific in an esoteric way, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I did as we wrap this up.
Mhm.
Okay, I did. What did I do with it? Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna find it. I know it. Oh, here it is. Okay. Uh so what we conclude about the lunar haircuts, especially now that we understand, like you said, how the world is moving. Okay, the moon isn't actually getting poured into or getting full; it's actually moving. The Earth is moving rather. That is closely aligned with a ritual. Okay. Uh, Clearly we just learned tonight that it has some cultural connections, not that I knew that. Okay. It can be affirming for various reasons that Cheryl just talked about. My favorite more than all is that it will help you regimen your haircut, and it removes, to me, it eliminates the crazy thing that if you cut your hair it's going to grow. That has got to be the most preposterous thing ever. Please don't buy that, guys. And the freedom of just trying something different when it comes to your haircut, because when you cut it is important as the hair begins to weather from styling. And remember, this is naturally occurring. Your hair is not damaged, and so that's our take on the lunar cycles, and that it's perfectly okay. But sure, you did a phenomenal job.
And put that back up if you don't mind.
Okay, sure. Hold on, let me go find. All right. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit the like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Let me scroll up here. Let me get it right quick. All right, there you go.
Okay. So if you want to sum up this conversation to tonight, in that, is it scientific proof that a lunar influences hair or haircuts? We don't know. And I say there's no real medicinal or medical science, right? But here is where it really gets to make sense. So if you want to take something that is esoteric and then you want to apply, but when you look at the cycles, so count those cycles of the moon in that green square.
Count the cycles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cycles in the moon.
Okay. And so 7, and because the moon is connected to water, what is the 7th position on the pH scale?
Neutral.
Right. Neutral, water. And so 7 is a feminine number, and it is the number of the moon. And so that is how you can apply science of the 7 phases, because there are 7 female archetypes. And that is how you can apply ritual, spiritual science. But it may not have physical science, as in a direct cause on your physicality.
Wow.
And so
I thought you were going to go with 7 days of the week. I just knew. I said,
well, but at the end of the day, 7 being a very balancing, and then you can also go and make 7 akin to Ma'at. 7 balances. So 7 is neither alkaline or base or acidic. Okay. But it is a feminine number. But my point is that is the way that you can apply something ritualistic and spiritual and ancestral, tribal, right, and esoteric. You can apply those principles to it and make it scientific, but as long as you're able to compartmentalize it.
I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it.
And make it make sense to you ritualistic.
Yeah. Wow. How they said, I wasn't ready. The chat, everybody, y'all rocked it out the whole time. What's up, Sam Silk? I see you over there. We got a celebrity in the chat over on Instagram. We got Lady Z Husband. He's our favorite radio personality over on 93.1 FM. We got Sam Silk in the chat joining us over on Instagram. Also, he got the best damn chicken in Cleveland. All right, so make sure y'all go get some of that Sam Silk's chicken. I like a chicken because it's real chicken. It's not all batter and all other stuff. So super duper shout out to Sam Silk over on Instagram. I always feel special when special people come in and show us love. They feel all good, y'all. Just saying, another we got to give one more shout out to the young ladies, maybe a gentleman, I'm not quite sure, who just subscribed and made some comments. Trends Fab Life, V2B 2010, and DD Dub 36. Again, I haven't checked out their YouTube channels, but let's show them some support and go over if they have content and make sure you check them out. And we do appreciate you all very much. And because we are deliberately always trying to grow this channel, because we believe that our content is pertinent, is relevant, and it's going to help you guys out. Okay. Cheryl, did you enjoy this conversation?
I didn't know what to expect, but I'm glad that I keep doing extensive study
Yes.
I am quite obedient on where it takes me sometimes. I'm just thankful, that we just got approved by the city council of naming the street right in front of my parents' house. Very long street, named after my dad.
Oh, this is so special.
And I just am so grateful to a great dad and a great mother for giving me furious brain.
Listen, I think I say it all the time how you shared your dad with us. Man, oh man, oh man. I mean, that is just absolutely phenomenal. We would not even be here if it was not for the legendary, the one and only Dr. Willie Morrow, and having a street, in his honor, because it's perfect, it's befitting, because he truly paved the way. So to have a street named after him in his honor, it's just if befitting was a person. So congratulations to you and your family for not letting him just be gone. But I feel like your dad is very much alive, for sure, in me, for sure. I feel your dad.
Well, you promised him.
I did, and I'm living up to it, and I'm glad that I can do that. And if you're new, don't forget, we do have this really, really cool documentary paying homage to her father. It's called The Narrative, Let the Truth Be Told. And it's right here on YouTube. It's free, and you can go check it out. And we got 4 plights of Afro hair. We're going to take you through some perspectives on that documentary. So please check it out. And it features Cheryl Morrow. And it's absolutely, I'm not just saying that because I produced it, but it really is. It's a pretty cool documentary. And I'm very honored.
Come see us in Houston. We gonna have the commercial ready on Thursday, but y'all gotta come.
Okay. All right, let me just put that up here right quick so y'all can see that's Beauty Under One Roof is going down. In the meantime, please get ready to join us Thursday as we welcome Miss Riley. She is a nail tech. She's working at the Revers Design team alongside myself and the other crew. We are excited to have her. And this Thursday, she's going to, give us her take on becoming a nail tech, building clientele. She's going to talk about the services that she likes to do, what's challenging, and what she hopes to accomplish and achieve through her career. So if you know some nail techs, please have them join us. We got a lot of views on that, believe it or not. So nails, yes, we did. We got a lot of views with Tiffany and all the other ones. Yeah. So get ready to join us. Oh, one last thing, by the way, has nothing to do with hair, but Sierra officially becomes a citizen of Benin after tracing her DNA to that country. So that's just totally awesome. So congratulations, Sierra. It's nice to know.
Absolutely.
It's just
makes
wonderful.
You feel like makes you feel welcome in the world.
Good. Real good. All right, guys. You know what we say when we're signing out, right?
For the compliments. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah. We love you, Cheryl. We love you so much. If you haven't had the opportunity,
it's something.
Hit the heart button, hit the thumbs up button, and subscribe, as we're going to continue to keep bringing you wonderful content. And you know what we say when we are signing out, right? We're talking about a whole lot of peace, a whole lot of love, and for sure a whole lot of hair. But remember, if you ain't got it, don't want it, can't stand it, maybe you got some bald heads, I don't know what you got going on there. Listen, I hope y'all know by now, we say, please, guys, don't take yourself through some unnecessary roughness when it comes to hair, because all of it's beautiful, and so are you. So y'all have a good night and get ready to join us on Sunday with Miss Riley. Cheryl, congratulations again. We can see those pictures on YouTube, right, of your dad, right? The street naming, right?
Yes.
All right, okay.
Just Google Willie Morrow street naming. You guys should be able to see the press conference. Go Kilolo. Go do that voiceover.
All right, deuces, my good people. Y'all have a wonderful night, and we appreciate y'all so much. Oh, Miss Moon, I love you, boo. Thanks for coming over to join us. All right, guys, y'all have a good night. Sure, you ready for the chit chat tonight?
I'm ready.
Bam, bam, bam. He or she said, cancel this damn show. They hate it What? Hold on. Wait a minute.
Make black hair great again.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Now, woo.
We're coming, get our check.
Cheryl Morrow, the one, the only, the hair oracle.
That was Red Dot, and then we also had a cosmetology school instructor in the chat, Miss Denise West, Michelle Allen, Miss Foster. Dang, I missed your name. It's always nice to see Miss Foster in the chat. Michelle Allen, you know how much we love you too.
What? About a whole lot of peace. Cheryl, you order that in a bag of chips.